Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Iconic Messengers. I am your host, Pat Hilton, broadcasting live from the Content Hub of Dallas. Welcome to the revolution. Let's talk today about building your content calendar. Content, what does that mean? Well, I wrote a whole book on it called The Force Inside, a best-selling book, by the way. And I run an agency, and we've done well over $1 million in revenue over the past few years, and that's cumulative for anybody who's wondering what that means. It's not like we're just friggin' balling out of control over here, you know? We still order discount New Balance. And so building a content calendar is what's going to save you from being unorganized like most people when it comes to business content. When you build a calendar and you batch record and you film stuff in a way that allows you to post every day, you're going to put yourself at an advantage over everybody else. So what does a content calendar even look like? Well, I'm essentially showing you by doing Tactical Tuesday today. So I've been doing Mindset Monday, Tactical Tuesday, Wacky Wednesday, Thursday Thunder, Friday Fire, Saturday Success. That's a content calendar. So I have a content calendar built for this show so that it's really easy for me to hit go, broadcast, send that broadcast to my team, and get clips clipped out. I could essentially just post clips of my show. I do not suggest you just do a show and post clips of you just doing a show, because then people will be like, oh, well, this person's a podcaster. You do not want to be labeled as a podcaster. You want to be a category expert. One of the big problems with podcasting is that it's really broad and it's really general. And unless you're watching the full episode, which most people don't because it's too long, you don't really get the clarity of the expert unless they're talking directly to the camera, which is why I do the show like this. If you follow my very good friend RJ Bates III, the king closer, the most dominant force in cold calling real estate closing history, you'll know that he does broadcasts like this, and he's very good at talking directly to the camera. He's very good at answering people's questions directly to the camera. I think this puts you at an advantage over the bro ho podcasts where people just sit around smoking cigars, drinking whiskey, just talking shop. Nobody wants to hear you talk shop. People have things to do. They want the nuggets. They want the information. And you have to be very tactical about how you put the information out on the internet that you want people to hear. Because if you're putting out too much garbage, no one's going to watch you. And so, as always, I would tell you to post one short form video per day. That means get your phone out and film yourself, or go to a studio like the Content Hub and film ahead of time. That's my smoking hot wife right there. Yeah. See? Go to a studio and film so that you've got a video piece for every single day of the week. And if you're not going to post it, hire someone to post it. I think it's more important than ever right now for people to start thinking very seriously about hiring a social media team. Yeah, it's what I sell. Because every single business that you're going up against, they have social media teams. And they're posting on social media. And they're boosting ads. And they're running ad campaigns. And they are trying to take your food off your plate. And the best way for you to communicate with those potential customers is through social media. Ladies and gentlemen, it is very, very, very simple. You want to work with people that have done it at the highest level possible. Now, as someone who has been on the stage with the biggest people, and I've shared the stage with the biggest people, had conversations with world-renowned speakers and experts, I can tell you that the biggest difference between them and everyone else is social media content. Daily posting, even if you just post memes. I don't care. Post something, because nothing is going to get you no results. something is going to get you some results. Zero, it's the 1 versus 0 theory. So if I were you, while you're building your calendar for each day or for each week or for each quarter, I would build out a content calendar that says, hey, we're going to film on this day. We're going to film 7 pieces of content on Thursday. We're going to have it all edited and ready so that we can post Monday through Sunday the next week. You have to have a content calendar. Just like you have a calendar of whatever else is happening in your life or happening in your business, if you aren't documenting on social media what you're doing, what kind of deals you're looking for, what kind of deals are working, what kind of deals aren't working, you're going to be kicking yourself in a couple years from now because you're able to go back when you use social media as a documentation source. You're going to be able to go back and see everything that you've done in the past. I can go back and I can look. In fact, I'll just do it right now. I can go and I can click on memories and I can see all the memories, all the things that I've been posting on this Facebook page since 2008. And so the memories tab is always the slowest tab for me on Facebook because I've posted so much stuff. But I encourage you to think about what your calendar looks like. You know what I'm saying? So 6 years ago, I was in Minneapolis, Minnesota in at an event with Russell Brunson. So I was introducing Russell Brunson in 2018, right here. You can see it on my page. I was getting ready to introduce Russell Brunson on stage. That's my buddy Billy Bat. Good guy. And you can see me right there. And Russell Brunson's in the front row. I was about to introduce him on stage. I have proof of everything I talk about. Anytime I come in here and I start talking about how you should do something, I've been doing it for quite a while. And I know that it works because I've been doing it. And so I encourage you to think about the fact that if you are not documenting what you do or preparing to post every day, you are going to be not only losing ground to your competitors in the marketplace, you're also just not giving yourself the ability to increase your communication skills or increase the capacity of your delivery. Because in business and in life, and again, this is like Grant Cardone 101, everything in life is a sale. Everything. You are either being sold to or you are selling. And every second that you're on social media, you are selling yourself to your potential audience, your potential clients, to a conference that might want to book you. The first place that they're going to go is your social media page. And if they only see you pitching, here's one of the biggest mistakes you can make if you do post every day. Every fucking post is a pitch. Oh man, I'm living this dream life, and if you want to learn how to live it, buy my coaching. Oh, I'm doing this. Buy my coaching. Buy. Dude, if you're good, people will buy it. You won't even need to really ask that much. I've never posted anything really on my page about our agency until like the other day I updated my cover photo about what we do, just because we're building a slide deck for conferences that I'm going to be speaking at. And I like have to have a slide that describes exactly what our process looks like. And so I made a little slide and put it on my cover photo. But everybody knows Pat Hilton is the MC social media guy because I've documented it for like 15 years now. So you need to get to a point where people pull up your stuff and they know exactly who you are and what you do. Oh, he's the loan guy, or oh, he's the wholesaler guy, or oh, he's that real estate dude. He's a good real estate guy. You should ask him this, that, the other thing. Or oh, he's the fitness coach, or oh, he's the nutrition guy, or oh, he's that guitar player. He's a famous guitar player. Everybody knows who he is. He plays guitar. What are you? Are you the gardening expert? Are you the closet expert? I met a custom closet person the other day. I was doing a webinar speech and this lady wants to build custom closets. I'm like, I think that's kind of cool. Well, why don't you show before and after with closets? Here's what the closet looked like before we did our job. Here's what the closet looks like after we did our job. And it looks great. You know what I mean? I'm like, told her, I'm like, throw some stuff around, have something hanging, some kind of cable hanging on the before picture so it just looks even worse, and then fix it up. But like, if I go to your page right now, what am I going to see? Am I going to see great content? Am I going to see a category expert? Am I going to see an organized distribution of content? Or am I going to just see a shit show? We have a friend who does a podcast, right? And his page is all these podcast clips of other people talking. Like, you don't even know it's his page. If you went to the page, you'd be like, whose page is this? Who are these people? Does not present him as an authority at all. So even if you're doing something like this, a podcast show or something, make sure you edit it in a way that the clips of the person talking are you talking. Not some random person. It's your page, your brand, your message, your mission, your mindset, your strategies, your tactics, your content. And when you leave your content in the hands of somebody that doesn't know what they're doing, they're not going to know what you do on your page. This is very, very important. Building your brand is very, very important. And a lot of people are avoiding it these days still because they just don't want to talk to the camera. They're fucking scared. Get over it. Your competitor is going to figure out how to do 15 to 20 second bits about what they do, and they're going to get all the business. I had a friend, he was here this past week. Brian Galkey, unbelievable speaker. Unbelievable speaker. He's a great speaker. You put him up on stage. If I was booking a conference, right, and I had to book speakers, Brian would definitely be on my like top consideration list for speakers, like him, Tony Watley. One of the things about Brian is that he's not used to getting in a studio like I am right now and just talking directly to the camera. When there's not a live audience, it's a completely different setting. And so when we sat down and we were shooting some of his stuff the other day, he was really good. He thought he wasn't. He was really, really great, but he wasn't used to that format. And so I encourage you guys, this is a big separator. And one of the people that I know that's really good at both is RJ Bates III. RJ can film stuff that we send him that's topics and script based, and he can go live and he can do cold calls and all these other things. He can do both formats. Long form and short form are two different things. If you think that you're just going to film for an hour and then use some cheap AI program that gives you viral clips and you're going to go viral, you clearly don't know anything about content calendars. You have to film specific topics with specific calls to action if you want conversions. Back to Brian, he was like, man, I got all these followers, hundreds of thousands of followers, and it's like none of them buy anything. And I'm like, well, yeah, dude. I mean, because you were just trying to go viral. Trying to go viral and being a category expert, two totally different things. Influencers are broke. Experts get paid. So if you want, you can be both, but you got to be an expert at something. You're not going to make any money. There's tons of influencers out there with millions of followers, and then they post a picture of a t-shirt for you to buy a t-shirt and nobody buys it. Why? Well, because no one's actually there because they want to consume the content. They're just there because they've been entertained. You got to be really careful about this. I learned this the hard way. I'm really great at entertaining people, but I had to realize that my entertainment style has to be in line with closing social media clients and MC clients, or I'm not going to make any money. I'm going to be singing in the bar forever. And Oasis, apparently they're coming back. So singing Wonderwall in the corner, man, I mean, it's not going to be very profitable. It already isn't. So I encourage you to think about getting really organized, building a calendar each week, Monday through Sunday. What are you posting on social media? Put it on your whiteboard. Monday, I'm posting this. Every Monday, I'm doing Mindset Monday. Every Tuesday, I'm doing Tactical Tuesday. Even when I'm traveling, I bought this action cam system so that when I'm traveling, I can still film these episodes and post them on Facebook when I'm on the road, so that I still have my daily episodes. Because if I don't do it every day, I'm not going to do it. I'm just not. And so if you're like me, you need to be organized and you need to have a system in place to where you know you're posting on social media. Build it yourself, or you can join us at Iconic Messengers and we'll help you build it. But I encourage you to think about this. Your social media brand's really important. It is an extension of you. You are the person people call, they want to do business with. You are the person that people are hiring as an expert. You are the person that people are going to, or you are the person losing the deals because you're not listening to your boy Pat Hilton. Listen, 10 years ago, I was singing on the side of the road for $40, and because of social media videos that got me on all these business stages, that's how I formulated these packages. That's how we built these studios, all this kind of stuff. I learned this all by doing the work and figuring out that everybody needs this. You need to be doing this, whether you hire me or not. Build a content calendar, get consistent, and make sure that you're posting across all the platforms, short form videos daily. Every single day. Every day. Do it. You can. That's your Tactical Tuesday advice. Build a social media calendar and either hire a team or film with your phone and post. But man, if you aren't doing it, over the next couple years, I mean, you're going to get smashed by the people that are. Take it from me, y'all. Social media is not going anywhere. This is brand building. This is client communication. This is community building and connections waiting for you if you're willing to take the action. Iconic Messengers. You can subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, right here on Facebook. Just follow the page. It's your boy, PAT. And we love you. Really want to see you guys posting. I mean, I've been saying the same thing for a long, long time. And man, I've got some incredible opportunities coming up. And a lot of that is related to exactly what I just told you to do. In fact, all of it is. One video I made after 11, 12, 13 years of making videos put me on stage at the biggest business conference on the planet, completely changed my career. Same thing can happen to you. Get after it.